It's the Cable MTGO Show.
It's a sign, folks. As soon as I accept an artifact stip, we open up a Mox Sapphire. Good start, perfect start. Now we're second picking a Shadow Spear, which is a little bit less. I'll admit, there's a bit of a drop off from the Sapphire, but that's okay. They can't all be Mox Sapphires, right? Into a coveted Jewel. You can take Legion Extruder. I feel like the ceiling on Jewel's so much higher, though. Real nice use of Workshop mana. It's got a better artifact card. Gut works well with artifacts, but it's pretty rare that I end up in red for artifacts without Welder and such in the cube. And Shadow Spear sometimes just wins games when you put it on a construct or a like Activators of Saga twice. Turned up Shadow Spear is pretty good. Or if you can throw it on a turtle, right? You throw it on a turtle, it's pretty impossible to race. So currently we don't have an Academy, but we would love to get to Academy range mana. And once you have Academy range mana, Ulamog's pretty good. Plus Ulamog's Coalesce, which is very, well, not literally an artifact. Very artifacty vibes, right? Very artifacty vibes. You miss Welder? Me too. A lot of cards in this cube that go well with Welder. Well, I'm out of tea. I'm out of Gatorade. My options are drinking the straight whiskey or firing up a can of warm beer. This probably makes more sense. So Coalition Relic and Mindstone Weakstone are both great cards. I think when you have the Coveted Jewel, though, you should be grabbing Displacer Kitten. It just like puts you in the Displacer Kitten zone, right? And hopefully we'll get to wheel one of those. I think there's a really good chance we get one of them back. Sea Shark spits out a lot of artifacts. Warm beer's your second favorite kind of beer? Yeah. It's not bad, right? It's not bad. Oh shit, what up? Hey Triplin, thanks for gifting a sub to Still Salt. Congrats, Salt. Yeah, sweet vintage cube deck. I've got a warm burrito in my hands. I got a warm beer. It's a good Monday. The Guy's Cradle almost works, right? With Sahelian here, it almost works. We're gonna take Ballista. We're gonna keep it artifacty. This pick's between Teferi and Toxic for me. Hey, Bondil, thanks to the sub, thanks to the 2 months. A free Keystone Ice, yeah. My Keystone Ice was probably Milwaukee's best ice. Just the worst beer. Perhaps not like the literal worst beer in the universe, but the worst beer that I was subjected to repeatedly, right? To the point where, like, if someone offered me a free one, I would probably have to already be drunk before I would drink it. How we doing? I think we're doing well. Doing a little artifact stip. Probably close to the worst of all time. Right. It's in the conversation. Oh no, Novellin. So you fired off a gift. 20 gifted subs, and then the dog started puking. I listed them all off. Congratulate everybody as I do. Appreciate you, Novellin. Mindstone and Weakstone's better with Kitten, but Coalition Relic I think is just better overall. Both cards are great with workshops that I don't have. But the Relic will be better if I don't get workshops. I don't hate this Trinket Mage. With Walking Ballista, Shadow Spear, and Mox Sapphires, grabbables. It's not bad. Probably supposed to grab Palantir. T-Mage wheels a lot, Or they both should wheel a lot. So Tamiyo is the best card for generating artifacts in this pack. Plays really well with Academy. A lot of nice other cards here, though. I think Talisman would be my next pack. Next pick. Ooh. Pack one, pick one. In an artifact stip, I think I'm still taking Mana Drain. But pack one, pick one in general, I'll take Bowmasters over Mana Drain. If we already had Academy, I think I would take Vamp Tutor over Mana Drain. Just like tutor up the Academy, just always have it, you know? Drain's really good, though. Blue-black artifact, huh? Sure. There's got to be some, like, truly heinous flavored beer that's, like, not even in this conversation. Because we've never had it. We don't currently have the Tinker, but I'm going to grab the Blightsteel just in case, huh? Xander's Lounge would be sweet, too. Oh, ratebeer.com has an article titled The Worst Beers in the World. Yeah, we don't really need this Triplicate Titan, huh? We already have a lot of juice on the top end. We'll just grab Darkslake. Yeah, currently we have no Talismans. Lava Spur Boots would play pretty well with our top end. Dismember would be great. We're just going to take Basalt Monolith. This really, truly is the Mishra's Workshop waiting room. So normally I would like Battlesphere a lot, but we're going to take Gadgeteer because it goes infinite with Monolith. You had a pickle beer at a state fair, and the first sip was heinous. The rest of the beer afterward was more acceptable. Sure. Cream soda beer? Yeah, that sounds absolutely bad. I do not have a favorite Oktoberfest beer. This rate beer list looks pretty legit. We got Natural Light, Natural Ice, Camo, Genuine Ale. When you have to put genuine into your name, it's probably not a good sign. Dark Horse, Lambic wants Blood Orange. It's a flavored beer, yeah. All these pale lager. Milwaukee's Best Light is on there. Busch Light can't be that low. I kind of want this lantern so I don't die to Reanimator, but this Talisman sure would help the curve currently. Ooh, Sewers. Right, those are just the awful beers that people have heard of, yeah. I'm guessing that Dark Horse Lambic wants Blood Orange thing, I'm guessing that one's like an actual terrible beer. Flavored, like... And this Tardif beer was also flavored, it's also probably pretty bad. Apparently ice is a bad thing to name your beer. It's gotta be a terrible thing to name your beer, yeah. You think the people that rate beers on a website are all craft beer enthusiasts who just hate domestic beer? You're probably right about that. Found another list. Miller Genuine Draft 64. Budweiser Select 55. Natural Light. Sharps and Keystone Light are their top 5. Meh. What do we got here? We didn't get that Sort of the Meek for Thopter Foundry. Hullbreach is good if you have draw 7s. We don't really have draw 7s. I'm going to just grab this Talisman hum. Let's help this curve out a little bit. I think we just grabbed this Urza hum. Get a little something rolling. Maybe we need Grim Monolith more. Right now our mana is very slow, right? Grim Monolith would help a lot. It would let us like play a fast Coveted Jewel, get things rolling. In terms of power, though, I feel like this Urza helps us a ton. Oh, let's see what Reddit has to say. Dutch Treats, purple can with a windmill on it. The kid who was the bagger looked at them and said, "You're not going to drink that, are you?" That's got to be the worst sign ever. The kid bagging your beer at the grocery store is like, "You're not going to eat that, are you? You're not going to drink that." No, I'm buying this to wash my cat. Like, what do you think, kid? No Academy, no workshops. There's not even an artifact card here. I guess Skydiver. I'm going to throw a Psychic Frog in. Let's have a Frog in our deck. The fetch gets Undercity Sewers. We might need to slow things down because we just like don't have the payoffs. Like Spell Pierce might be the pick here. Karn's sweet, but I was just saying I don't have acceleration, and Ancient Tomb helps with that, I guess I take Jace of the Burgoyf. Mamma Mia Pizza Beer. I need to see this can. I wonder if I can find the can. Yeah, I would not trust this. I would not trust this beer. How hard is it for us to cast Portal? Probably pretty hard. Does this Greaves do anything for me? I feel like it does not. I'm just going to take the City of Traders. Okay. Should come in a pizza box. It should, yeah. There's a Buddha beer in a green bottle shaped like Buddha back in college. Tastes like urine. What it looks like. Probably not great. I don't actually want to listen to this whole album. Fine album, though. Yeah, Workshop would have been incredible in this deck, Workshop and or Academy. I think we can cut Seed Shark. Sahili. Used to drink a lot of Mickey's. I think Mickey's is drinkable. It's not like a good beer, but it's totally fine. Mickey's and Old English. Not my favorite cheap beer, but I'm not going to turn my nose up at it. I've defeated the burritos. Yeah, so Gadgeteer combines with the Basalt Monolith as a way to cast Ulamog pretty quick. Just want to keep that in. We have some nice Displacer Kitten combos. Mickey's is a good beer for 40 hands, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Doomwank, thanks for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. We are in the middle of drafting some Vintage Cube and talking about terrible beers. Hope y'all are having a pleasant Monday afternoon. Hope Doomwank's stream was sick. I'm sure it was. Doomwank's a good streamer. Y'all should be following. I'll give him a shout out here real quick. Also great taste in tunes. Oh, someone else got to me. What even is Malort? I was in Chicago last night for a show, and King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, a group of Australians, were joking about Malort on stage. What was the expression they used? They said it was like the most disastrous thing and the best thing ever. Just the worst and the best. Like father's kisses. Just I was like, how oddly specific. Yeah, I think I like cutting Palantir. Is cutting Shadow Spear okay? Yeah, we could. It's kind of cute on Frog, huh? Why don't we talk about good beer? I think there's like, I don't know. I think you're narrowing the pool of people that can contribute to the conversation if you're talking about good beer. I would have nothing to add. Yeah, cutting Shadow Spear or Soul Guide Lantern does make the Trinket Mage worse. Kind of nice that card can always grab something, You think Malort was funnier as a Chicago in-joke? Yeah. I mean, it's obviously funnier as an in-joke, right? You can, like, buy a shot for a stranger, and they're like, hey, this person just bought me a shot. Awesome. And then they have, like, the worst taste in their mouth. There's a video out there of steak being boiled in Malort. Yeah, sure, that's fine. There was a trend. There was a bar in the Chicago area when there was that big cicada infestation where they were doing Malort shots. Then it's like I had a tub of Malort with cicadas floating in it. You could buy a shot. I think that's appropriate. I think that's how Malort should be drunk. As a dare. I feel like 5 black sources is not enough. I think it's my coalition rolling. It's like 6. Kind of want to play Frog on 2. College me would have sucked it up. College me would have finished the case. As an adult, though, if something's truly inedible, I don't feel the need to force myself. Arizona mixed drinks taste like basement musk. Yeah, that's very visual image you've painted for me there. He's up, Ghost King. Too bad I don't have a Black Lotus, huh? Just change the word with my toxic here. Yeah, right, Buzzard? The Chicago folks stand for nothing. They'll say stuff like putting hot dogs on your, or putting ketchup on your hot dog is the greatest culinary sin you can commit. And then you look away for a second, and they're like putting ketchup on their hot dog. You know, because it tastes good and it's something that everybody does. Well, Chicago locals are very open about the fact that deep dish pizza is not an every night food. More for the tourists. Special occasions type deal. When I lived in the Chicago area, I think we had deep dish once every, like, while, you know. Well, let's see if we can avoid Mana Tithe. I feel like that was a good Toxic Deluge. feels like that was a good one. I'm gonna hold on to the gadgets here. I think we're gonna have enough clues to crack next turn. We don't need to. If you play the Gadgeteer and then next turn play the Basalt Monolith, you get one more clue. But this way you'll have infinite mana and be able to like respond to a path or Swords to Plowshares on the Gadgeteer. Oh shit. Yeah, I think we just win here. Yeah, we were getting 3 draws here, and then the Ulamog would have come down. This is 2 more draws here, the Lantern. They did show me an artifact 1-drop that you could Skydiver steal. Be a fine answer to that. I think Lantern should come out, huh? Could turn to a Karn. It's pretty good. Or Toxic if they have another Black Lotus start. Show and Tell's pretty rough against white because they have cards like Swords to Plowshares, right? So you invest your whole turn and then end up having a rough time. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Soft Dumb. Thanks for 55 months there. Appreciate you. So I'm not just pumping this Ballista and passing, but no, I kind of want to hold up Mana Drain on this turn, so I'll do that. Let's go ping. I wonder if I should have just like Karn upticked last turn. I was thinking I didn't want to Karn downtick because I didn't actually want to block the 2-1. But Karn uptick I think would have been pretty good. Holding up mana drain is nice here because like the opponent can't just not play threats, right? Through the aggro deck, they kind of have to apply pressure if they can. Oh, they have a dragon to eternalize. Alright, well mana drain sucked there. We're just supposed to Twister here. They have a Flage in the graveyard. Man away from playing the Coveted Jewel. I guess we just play Tox again, huh? Getting a little low on life. Against a Boros aggro opponent who's... I didn't make a command for HelloFresh. It is in the stream description, though. And there's a direct link if you need one. I think there's a real good chance I'm just dead here. Oh, hey, it's good sportsmanship. We literally played against this person earlier. This is round 2, huh? Oh, that's just going to win. No Monolith? No, I'm going to play Hull Breacher there. They attack, they would get my Coveted Jewel, right? I need to stop them from drawing. You can play the Monolith too, but then you have to tap the Monolith, right? There's no real benefit to running it out. We do not have the Swamps for Snuff Out. 2 of my black sources are a Talisman and Darkslick Shores. Think about this Preacher, though. Already cut Trinket Mage. Oh, let's cut the Skydiver. Batterskull's just kind of expensive. Maybe it's better. I think it's better than Preacher, more powerful. I was thinking we could play Preacher pretty quick, though, pretty early on. And it lives through Fast Toxic pretty well. We were just talking about hot dogs. Oh man, not this again. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good, huh? Need that Toxic Deluge card back. If they miss their land, then maybe Jace Bounce on Broadside's actually good. Oh, there it is. Maybe Ballista Kill Broadside's good. If you had the chance to mana drain a Black Lotus, would you? I mean, the game of Magic is a complicated thing. I don't think you should be like, just like default doing one or the other, right? Your opponent has an fucking something in play that gains triggers when artifacts come into play. Could be certainly worth countering. You saw their hand the turn previous, you know, if the Black Lotus resolves, it opens up a bunch of like dark rituals and stuff. And they don't otherwise have a land drop. Who knows? Usually it's better to let the ritual resolve and then counter what they're ritualing into. But if what they're ritualing into is a lethal Tendrils of Agony, then that, like, it doesn't hold anymore, right? I think now that they're hitting lands, they wouldn't mind hucking the Clue for 2 more damage. So I'm just going to kill the broadside before it attacks. If they were still stalled on a couple lands, though, blocking Inspector and then pinging would have been good. Like if they'd had to crack the Clue at end of turn. Hopefully I don't regret running this Jace out, Slothbeard asks, I've been very bad. Do I get Vintage Cube? Oh, Slothbeard, you've been just bad enough that it's flipped around. And now it's right. Bolt on me and not Jace has me a little confused. I see. Well, that's very good. So Jace bouncing Jacked Rabbit leaves me very dead here. So I think we gotta, like, brainstorm and try and find something for this kitten to do or something. I think I'm just dead. That's what I think. Yeah, the reasoning behind the Jace uptick, because I was thinking they didn't really do anything the turn previous. And we had, the turn previous, like all we did, we were tapped out, right? So I was thinking we would Jace uptick, bin a land, hopefully hinder their ability to accelerate, and then like whatever they did play, I could just Jace bounce. But then they played something where Jace bouncing was actively terrible. Made my line look real stupid, Hard to beat a Lotus start. Not really. They like missed their next land drop immediately. People get real caught up on the acceleration and then like kind of forget conveniently what actually happened. Think about just killing this Guide of Souls. I'll pass though. I wonder what the opponent's got going on in hand, Yeah, this Toxic might be a bit premature. Reprieve sure made the attacking with Strix look bad, Totally reasonable to not attack there. Just in case of Reprieve. Because, like, their life total isn't the one that matters, right? It's mine. Sure. Probably shouldn't have played that Ancient Tomb. So Lantern's gonna come out again. I'm not sure about Spell Pierce. Let's try Shark out. Ooh. Well, this is a hand that could do some stuff, huh? Hell yeah, Twitch chat. King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard was amazing, yeah. They had like friendly banter. Everybody like seemed like they were having a blast on stage. It's cool seeing people like switch between different instruments and take over lead singing in different spots and just like rock out and have a really good time. The set list was phenomenal. A lot of real good performers in that band. Hell yeah, Tika. Hope you have a great time. Running out Basalt here could set up early kit shenanigans. I think I'm just going to play the Strix, though. A little less brutal if I get remanded. They're probably just going to activate Retrofitter, but that's fine, too. Entered 12 drafts and got 1 token. Isn't that, like, totally fine? Someone was saying that, like, with a 65% win rate, you get a token, like, 17% of the time or something like that. Which is, like... 20% of the time would be like 1 in 5, right? So it's more like 1 in 6 or 7 for a 65% win rate. So if you had lower than that, if you had like a 55% win rate or something, like 1 in 12 is just going to be the average. And of course, you can have a 65% win rate and then like still get like your losses in the wrong spot or whatever and still just brick a bunch. That's just talking about averages. 4-0 is hard. 4-0 is really hard. Yeah, when they first announced the series, I was like, they announced it'd be over the course of 2 days, and a trophy would get you an invite. And I was like thinking, like, I'm probably like one of the best and most practiced players in the world at doing that specifically, because I've 4 years in a row with the Cube for Charity. I think 8 trophies is my lowest over 2 days, right? Like I usually get somewhere between 8 and 10 trophies. So I was like, oh shit, I might just be able to play in most of these 64s. And I usually win like 1 in 9 or 1 in 8 of those or whatever during a regular season. So even if I underperform a little bit, like I should still be playing most Saturday drafts. I was thinking like half of them at the worst case and have like a really good shot at making it to Vegas. And then they had like so much interest and they like obviously had to change things. And now it's like 1 day and you have to 4-0, and I'm just like, okay. So I have 1 or 2 invites, not 7 or 8, huh? All right, well that's harder. So it's felt a lot more like a crapshoot. I was initially like very excited, and now it's just less good for folks like me. And that's fine. Totally reasonable. Yeah, right, Jadahem. Yeah, I think the Eevee is not very good, but for me specifically, like I would be streaming Vintage Cube anyway, right? Like there's a reason I've been streaming my 64-person attempts, because like the streaming is like part of what makes it worth my time. And they're kind of exciting and fun and stuff, you know? Yeah, I'm like deathly afraid of a remand. Like with this Ancient Tomb, like just putting my whole turn into a Ballista and getting remanded is so brutal. I think I gotta tap it for something, though, whether you're playing the Monolith or the Ballista here. 4-0 is much harder than 3-0. Yeah, it's like twice as hard, right? What about flipping Tameo? Could. The issue with flipping Tameo is it doesn't actually interfere with them making 4-4s, right? I don't think that's embarrassing at all, counterintuitive idea. Why would that be embarrassing? That took you a few tries. Sounds like you had a good win rate that you should be proud of. Stacking up these clues is real nice. If I manage to get the Urza down, they all become Moxes, right? Mox Sapphires. If I can do that, then I can fire off this Time Warp real fast. Maybe do something with Kitten. This is how we win, friends. This is how we win. Normal Vintage Cube is the GOAT. Normal Vintage Cube is the GOAT. And it's like around at the same time, right? So there's nothing even like feel bad. You can always just do the other stuff. Opponent taking pains to play around Spell Pierce here. A little bit on the spooky side, yeah. I mean, it's playing around Pierce and Miscalc. But yeah, I don't know. The clock is like literally twice as fast if you play into it. I don't know how often I would do that in their spot. They might just have Reprieve too, yeah. Although I think they would have used it when I tapped out for Ballista earlier, but they might have drawn it since then. This is hard to know. I think it's safe to say that they do not have the white remand. Yeah, in general, there's like so many uncertainties, so many unknowns, that it's pretty rough to just like accuse people willy-nilly. So you try not to do that. But it's also a little silly to like act like suspicious things are not suspicious too. Think about blinking Urza versus blinking this Basalt Monolith, because blinking Basalt Monolith kind of sets me up for this Ulamog. I kind of want another Construct token. Don't I just win with a Construct token? No. They have several blockers and a Retrofitter. Not activating Retrofitter there is a little odd. Maybe there's another plan for those 2 mana. Yay. Yeah, I think with the fact that they had they had a 2-mana flash card on top of playing around stuff like Spell Pierce and Miscalc, probably lead them in that direction. If we had gone for Blinking Urza and like gone for lethal this turn, I think we would have not lethal, and they would still have a Retrofitter and a Chandra, and we would not have an Ulamog in play, right? I think I'm just playing Frog on 2. I might not be playing Frog on 2. Just leaving the Frog in hand, Tom. I think I'll chill a turn. Now that I do Spell Pierce. Because next turn I can play the Frog with Pierce up, and that might get them, they might just be chilling on a removal spell. Be like, I'll just kill the Frog. So they took my value card there. I haven't signed up for a 64 at Nevlin rolls. Wish what up? Hey, 5 more minutes. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 7 months. Yeah, if you're planning on edicting your opponent, much better leave them with a Frog than a Strix, Could have discarded the Frog. Oh, that's true. Because the Frog was the Mana Drain was the only hit for Duress. I think I'd F6 through turn, but probably shouldn't be doing that with Frog up anyway, right? They could have like a Lightning Bolt or something if I've F6'd. Yeah, not the first time I've missed that. Not discarding the Frog in response to a discard spell. Haven't missed it when it like really mattered. But that's no excuse. Well, actually, that's exactly what it is. Literally an excuse. I think I'll pump it again. Yeah. The opponent knew I had only lands, but that doesn't mean that they shouldn't cast their Grief, right? Maybe their best play is a 4-mana 3/2. Hey, AFK Sandwich thinks the sub needs 63 months. I don't need comments like that, sir, so basically backseating, giving little tips. What a dickin' of a card, Add a little bit more graveyard hate here. How much is too much for tickets? That's a you question. JD Hild. Nobody else can answer that question for you. It is a personal EV calculation. How much do you value tickets to see Modest Mouse? For the record, I think that's what I paid to see them. And that was like some years ago, so. Ooh, very cool, Gargantuan. Yeah, I really enjoyed them when I saw them. Oh man, I think I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Thanks for waiting for me. Sometimes Time Twister undoes graveyards. Let's do this. Yeah, sometimes you have to go to the bathroom and it's not really a this can wait sort of deal. Today's culprit was Popeyes. Had a deal on spicy wings, 2 for the price of 1. Anyway, I will not be partaking in said deal in the future. I have outgrown my desire to eat too many Popeyes spicy wings. I have flushed those thoughts from my body. Yeah, spice in, spice out. Ooh. I could have just chased this turn. Should I Twister? I feel like I should not. I'm just going to play Strix and pass. Yeah, I think I should have just slammed Jace here. You know what they say about hindsight, though. It feels like everything else I've had from Popeyes has agreed with me. Like there's their meat chunks and their sandwiches and stuff. I think this is where I regret not casting Twister, huh? The issue here is if they have another way of remaining Archon, which they might. They discarded Corpse Dance earlier. They just make it again because the Bazaar's on board. Yeah, that's Steve. Thanks to 72 months there. Your hindsight's good because you look at lots of butts. Ah, you're testing it. Your hindsight is constantly being trained. I dig it. No one has 3 reanimation spells. Yeah, that's impossible. I guess if I played the Jace on turn 3, you would have died to the Archon. That wouldn't have been very good. They discarded a reanimation effect. Should I scoop? Uh-huh. I guess I'll get Tringa Mage in somehow. Maybe look at Strix. Did I enjoy the Gizzard Marathon? I really did. I had a blast. I was saying earlier that I was surprised my legs are more sore than my back. Back's been doing really well this year. Recently. Favorite song from the Gizzard set? Probably Dragon. The Seeing Iron Lung live was also really good. That song's got a really nice build that just like fits well into a marathon set. I think I'm just twisting on 2 here. It's a bit of a shame because Necromancy can be a nice graveyard hoser. You should be questing Bay. They sounded really good. And they were clearly like just having a blast on stage. They have such a huge discography to pull from. I think they played a track from like each of my favorite albums. Each of like my 5 favorite albums, they played at least one song from. You swear this is the same hand? The previous hand had Necromancy, which is really nice. This hand has a bunch of blue creatures that all need a little something else to pop off. I assume they just clicked through their bat there. Yeah, we'll play this. Now we'll at least get one clue out of the Gadgeteer, huh? Hey, Chicken32 thinks the sod thinks the 66 months. Making you jealous. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see Gizzard this tour. Yeah, I mean, that was my first time seeing them, so I was kind of blown away. Definitely looking forward to seeing them again sometime. They played a lot of my favorite tracks, but I didn't hear them play Intrasport or Gila Monster or Witchcraft. Also, they played like the third act of Murder of the Universe. I would love to see the first two at some point. So basically, I should just follow that band around and catch all their tours, Yeah, they opened with like an extended version of Robot Stop. That fucking ruled. Seeing Crumbling Castle live was pretty sick. So this is going well. They closed with Gila Monster in Cleveland. Very cool. They did not play the Dripping Tap, no. The person I went with was joking that like that'd be the best song to play as like their closure, where they're like, "All right, we're already over the 3 hours, but we can play one more short one." Just fucking jam the Dripping Tap. Yeah, they played a few tracks off of Dragon that I was happy with. Hell and Dragon. I think Flamethrowers from that album too. Yeah. Flame. Throw a flame. Excuse me. Well, time to die to this bat some. I'm allergic to getting smacked for 15 haste. Ballista would be a nice answer to that. Bat, The corpse stands to worm at me, Nooch. I mean, we do have plenty of mana for Ulamog. That's some kind of silver lining, huh? That would have been pretty good earlier this game. Doesn't block their Haster, or their Menacer, rather. Cool. Cool deck. Had some powerful draws, but maybe not consistent enough without stuff like Academy and what. I mean, the last game we just flooded, right? There's nothing really to do about that, even if we had gotten the fast mana cards. Thanks again.